Welcome to the next edition of the Rare Business Podcast. With me today, I have Monica Higgins, who is the Director of Customer Service across at eSalon. Hi, Monica. How are you doing?
Hi, Adrian. How are you? I'm great.
Perfect. So, Monica, for the benefit of our listeners and readers, can you tell us a little bit about you and a little bit about the work that you and eSalon do?
Sure. So, much like you, I'm a former educator, former middle school math teacher.
Okay.
And I transitioned from education to business during the dot-com boom of the 90s and landed at a internet company, e-commerce company at the time, and have since worked at 3 startups. Most recently, I'm here at eSalon as the Director of Customer Service. And what I do is direct the color and care team to delight our clients.
Okay. And can you tell me a little bit about just kind of eSalon? Because, I mean, I know that, well, if you've seen any pictures of me, I have quite short hair and it's quite silver in colour, or sort of salt and pepper, as some people could call it. And I'm not a big sort of aficionado on hair colourings and things. So can you give us a little bit of background on actually what is it that eSalon does?
Sure. So eSalon is the only brand that delivers a premium customized beauty solution. We do individually made-to-order at-home hair color. We also do hair care products and styling products. And what's great about the hair color is that when somebody places an order, we're not going to the back in our warehouse and picking up a color that's already pre-mixed. We literally custom blend every color, tailoring it for our clients.
Excellent. Right. Well, that sounds good. Now, the interesting thing that sort of happened, so we got connected because I'm, for better or for worse, I'm always banging on about how companies can do more to shift their customer service from being sort of reactive, where most companies are and have traditionally been, to being a bit more proactive and solving problems that they know come up, but to solve them before they actually happen, to make their whole client experience a little bit kind of better. Now, I know that you guys are actually, you're sort of in that sort of space and pioneering some new stuff in that sort of space. So, first of all, can you tell me a little bit about, has it always been that way, or have you moved to that way? And tell me a little bit of the background of why you've ventured out in this sort of journey.
Well, luckily for us, it's always been that way. It's part of our DNA. Our founders are really focused on that.
Okay.
And it's all about listening to our clients. So we obviously get feedback from them, but it's not just looking at the feedback, it's analyzing it and then taking action. What can we do to improve our service, improve the experience for our clients? And we also have a 100% satisfaction guarantee, because when you're formulating color is part art and it's part science.
Right.
So we give our clients the option to reformulate, complimentary reformulation, or we'll refund them if they're not happy with their color.
Okay. But I also going to know that you're doing some sort of some quite cool things with sort of feedback or optimizing the technology around helping your clients get the color right, because there's, I think it's somebody told me, or I was hearing that you, by understanding and monitoring what people do, you're sort of learning that kind of most customers order, is it how many shades lighter or darker do they normally do, and that's where it gets things wrong. And so you've been learning about returns and what habits, and trying to adjust your service according to that. Is that right?
Yes. So what we did was optimize our tech based on the customer feedback. And one of the things that we learned is that our clients were selecting their current hair color 2 or 3 shades darker than what they really are. And, they're not a licensed colorist, so they're not trained to look at their hair color in that way. So what we did is made adjustments to our algorithm, so we take this into consideration.
Right. I mean, and is that just, is that purely just a trained eye, or is that also a function of kind of how things look through a screen and things as well?
It could be a combination of both, but I think it's more related to color and color theory, and how people look at color really is an art. And there's people that have that gift to really zone in on the color, the underlying tone, things of that nature.
Okay. And is it, when you've actually got people these sort of trained experts, I mean, are these people that you're training, or are these people that are experts in the field, as it were?
Oh no, all of our color is formulated by licensed cosmetologists. So they've gone through school, many hours to get their licenses, and they've been trained on color theory, amongst other things about color.
Okay, and is it because I also kind of heard that you actually have a lot of the people in your sort of service team are actually hairstylists as well. Is that right? Or have been
Yes.
hairstylists?
So again, every person that is formulating color is actually a licensed cosmetologist. So yes, they've gone through beauty school, but they've actually worked in salons as well.
Okay. Wow. I mean, that's awesome. And so what? I mean, that sounds kind of really good. I mean, I guess that you must have quite a high sort of retention and sort of loyalty rate if you're always trying to be in front of the customer's kind of problems as well. You know, how does that work in the business? How does it all pay off, as it were?
Yes, we do have a very high retention rate. So right now we have about 162,000 active subscribers.
Wow.
And we've actually formulated 135,000 unique hair color formulations. So for example, we may have many clients that have a dark brown formulation, but it's not the same dark brown formulation because everybody has different needs for their hair color.
Right.
So for example, if a client has a tendency, their hair color has a tendency to turn brassy, we can actually formulate with additional neutralizer to help offset that. Or maybe someone is a little challenged because their grays are really hard to cover, so we can either change the formulation and or the instructions, because those are personalized as well, to help them get the best results.
Okay. And is this operation just sort of US based or is it global?
Well, we currently offer our service in the United States, Canada, the UK, and about 15 to 20 European countries.
And I guess maybe this is the fun question. Do you see any kind of differences in sort of in hair color choices and preferences? Is it more racy in the US than it is in Canada, or how does that work?
Well, if somebody's looking to do, bright fuchsia hair, we're not the company for them. However,
good to know.
Our clients, well, there's some people that want that color.
Yeah, sure.
Which is wonderful. Though our core market are people that are women that are trying to hide their grays.
Yeah.
So that's our core demographic.
Okay.
And our most popular shade happens to be medium brown.
Ah, okay. Okay. But then the other thing I was learning as well is that you're doing some. I guess this is one of the challenges for businesses that are purely online and how to make their service more personal and sort of high touch, as it were, which is in line with the whole salon type of experience. But you're doing some interesting stuff with video consultations and how you're blending that into your service. Can you tell me a little bit more about what you're up to there and why you moved to adding on, which is, I guess, a channel which might actually be have a high cost to serve, I guess?
Well, we've been experimenting with video consultation during the initial ordering process.
Right.
Partly because going back to one of our clients in terms of selecting their current hair color, knowing that they're selecting 2 to 3 shades darker. So if they select that they're interested in the video consultation, a member of our team will contact them through one of their preferred methods, whether it's Skype, FaceTime, whatever it may be. And then we walk the client step by step through the process and help them select the perfect hair color formulation. But a lot of that does start with where they currently are. We want to make sure that we get that right off the bat. And again, the clients do love having that face-to-face consultation. It's very similar for them sitting in a salon, so that's helpful.
Yeah.
And what the data has shown is that we've seen a 20 to 30% increase in reorder rates for the clients that have participated in the video consultations.
Okay, so actually there's a big payoff, even if it might be a higher cost to serve channel, there's a big payoff there as well.
Correct.
Excellent.
And there's higher brand loyalty as well.
Well, exactly. Does that mean that so you actually kind of, if there's a higher reorder rate, I mean, I guess obviously it's a reorder rate, but do you kind of feel like, do they continue to want the service in that channel, or is it still too early to tell? Or is it that that's just if they have initially a good experience, they tend to stick around for longer?
Yes. So if they do have an initial good experience, they have a tendency to stick around for longer. The good experience, not just with the consultation, but ultimately they're going to be applying the color themselves at home.
Right.
And we bridge the gap between a professional color applied at a salon and a box color that you would get at your local drugstore. So part of that consultation process is that we educate our clients about the application process.
Right.
We are custom formulated. The hair color itself is highly pigmented, which is different than what they may be using at the local drugstore.
Right.
So being able to learn how to apply it correctly, and that's been very helpful as well.
Okay. And this type of, I know that, Monica, you call it, I think, reverse engineering your customer service, but it's actually being a bit more proactive and a bit more thoughtful and a bit more creative in how you serve and anticipate and support your clients. I mean, what sort of big sort of benefits are you kind of seeing in for the business? I mean, what are the real results? Is it the retention? Is it that the retention is driving your growth, or is it retention is driving advocacy, or is it all of those different things? I mean, I'm just trying to get my arms around the business case for this type of a strategy, I guess.
Well, certainly the retention is driving the growth, but that's also our clients, because of their wonderful experience, sharing their experience, which helps in getting referrals to our service.
Right.
So it's a combination of the two. So it's driving the reorder rate, it's driving new customer acquisition, the combination of the two.
Okay. I guess kind of if people kind of but I guess also that people must talk about it as well. If they're getting this high touch sort of experience that they like, I mean, there must be a lot of talk that's driving kind of new business your way as well, which is great.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk with our clients, but it's also we've gotten a lot of talk, in the press. So, for example, we were the Allure Best of Beauty winner, for home hair color in 2014 and 2015.
Right.
We also have appeared at other places, for example, Rachel Ray. So it's having that third-party perspective, which helps validate and gives us credibility.
Okay. So let's go back to sort of brass tacks a little bit. And so say I'm a company that is thinking, well, I want to make my service a little bit more proactive, or I want to be more anticipatory I want to get in front of problems before they occur. I mean, is that something that you have to almost do ground up? It has to be in your DNA, or if not, where would you advise companies to get started? Because it's quite a shift moving from being purely proactive to be purely reactive. To being more of a proactive kind of firm. Do you think?
Yes, that is a shift. So it definitely helps if the company was started with that DNA, but it doesn't mean that they can't change.
Yeah.
So it's kind of on two fronts. One of which, in terms of the people that you hire. So when we look at hiring for the color and care team, it needs to be people that are active listeners, they're problem solvers, they're empathetic to the needs of other people.
Yeah.
They have to have a genuine desire to want to help and work with the people.
Uh-huh.
And also be able to constantly think of new ways that we can enhance the client experience.
Okay.
So that's sort of on the hiring front.
Right.
On the sort of the operations or the analytics of the business, if they aren't already surveying their clients, go ahead and start doing that. But it's beyond the survey. You need to look at the results and analyze that, and from that make some decisions, because your customers are constantly telling you what they do or do not like.
Yeah.
Look at that information and then act on it.
Yeah. I mean, it seems to me that you're absolutely right. Is that there's a very much it's very centered on people that want to help, but actually asking those kind of people about what problems kind of keep coming up constantly. What do they hear about? What are the little things that annoy the customers that repeatedly, and it always surprises me how many people don't ask their people that are on the front line, and they always kind of go and resort to, let's look at the analytics before they actually talk to the people. Well, the people are part of your analytics software people. That's and probably the most advanced piece of analytics that you've got. So the fact that you're actually talking to your people and listening to them and adapting kind of the service is great credit to yourselves.
And you mentioned the front line. So the front line is not just our clients, but it's also our team as well.
Yeah.
So we also listen to our team because they're, the boots on the ground internally, on the phones, sending emails. So what are they seeing or patterns that are occurring as well? So we do analyze that information, but it's nice to hear it from them.
Yeah.
So that we can make some adjustments.
Well, I guess there's an added benefit is that if you actually hear it from them and then you act on it and do something about it, then they actually see that they are having an impact on how the organization is developing as well. And so there's a real engagement benefit as well, I guess.
Yes, there is, most definitely. When someone provides feedback and we're able to implement it, it definitely keeps them engaged.
Fantastic. So, Monica, I mean, this all sounds very exciting. But I mean, where next for eSalon? Because it looks like you're sort of right on the front edge of this. I mean, like, what are the next kind of challenges kind of for you guys kind of coming forward when we talk about service and experience?
Well, I guess the ongoing challenge is how do we improve the client experience so that they stay engaged with us, because that's very important. What new products do we launch? So as an example, since the balayage kit, we're going to be offering a highlighting kit in the next several months, and that's as a result of listening to client feedback of, gosh, do you offer a highlighting kit, or when are you going to offer one? But it took us a while to develop it because we really want it to be right.
Yeah.
And we also have to keep in mind that someone is doing it in their home, so we want them to be successful with their application.
Sure.
So we've done a lot of research and development and focus groups and actually having people come in and apply, and we've observed them, and based on that information, we've developed a product that we're going to be happy to launch in the next coming months.
Excellent. So that's all good. I mean, it sounds very exciting. I mean, is there any, I mean, before I ask you my sort of final question, kind of, Monica, that I always ask at these interviews, I mean, is there anything that you think that you'd like to mention that we've missed out, and particularly around this whole what it takes to deliver sort of this level of proactive service?
I want to go back to the listening. So
Okay.
It's about being an active listener.
Okay.
So you may hear what your clients are saying, but are you really listening to what they're saying? And that's really what the point is to be actively listening to what your clients and also your team is having to say about the client experience.
That is a great point. That's a very great point. Thank you. So here we go,
Sure.
Monica. This is my final question that I always ask on these interviews. And the question is this. Is there anything that you'd like to shamelessly plug?
We love shameless plugs, of course. So eSalon was founded because we wanted to have a bridge between the salon experience of applying color and the box color, and we provided that to our clients. As I mentioned before, each color is individually crafted, so we're not going in the warehouse and picking it up. We're creating it just for them.
Yeah.
It makes the freshest dye possible. We've won awards, the Lure Best of Beauty. We've actually, last year, we're on the Inc. 5000 list, number 74, the fastest growing companies.
Wow.
And we are also number 6 on that same list for consumer products and services. And we also have a boutique office in the UK to serve clients in that time zone. We are like no other company. We're very unique. Try us out.
Fantastic. That's brilliant. Thank you, Monica. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your insight. Congratulations on the work that you do and the kind of the success that eSalon's kind of having. I'll make sure I get that all linked up and connected up, and I'll let you know when it goes live. But thank you once again for sharing your time and your experience. That's been great.
All right. Thank you so much, Adrian. Really appreciate it.